Since the COVID pandemic, nonprofits have been struggling. In November of 2020, 2 in every 3 people stopped or decreased volunteer opportunities, and nonprofits nationwide are still dealing with shortages. A survey in February 2023 showed that 46% of nonprofit leaders considered recruiting enough volunteers a quote, big problem, end quote.
However, kids need and want to be volunteering. College admissions are becoming increasingly more competitive, and students are often expected to have 50 to 200 hours, not to mention making sure their volunteering has a real impact on their community.
School volunteering clubs like Beta Club and Key Club have fees that limit accessibility and provide opportunities that aren't tailored to students' interests. Most online search engines have opportunities that are outdated, not available to younger volunteers, or almost none locally.
That's why we created Volunteen. Volunteen is an app that allows local organizations to enter their own opportunities and allows teenagers and surrounding age groups to directly connect with their community with volunteer service that works for them. Volunteen can be used by both volunteers and local organizations. On the volunteer side, users will be prompted to put in their information. This takes them to the volunteer homepage where they search by cause and the app sorts opportunities that fit their age and preference. They can click on an opportunity and find more information about it, where they can choose to save it to find it later in their saved opportunities. The volunteer side also allows them to edit their name and age and includes an hours tracker where volunteers can keep track of their volunteering by entering hours themselves. On the organization side, users will be taken to a screen that prompts them to enter a password they will be given once verified by the Volunteen team. If an organization has not yet been verified, they can click to open and fill out a Google form and wait to be contacted. This means that the app contains only real opportunities that are safe for young volunteers. Once an organization inputs the correct password, they will be prompted to enter necessary information about their volunteer opportunity. Once they click Save at the bottom, the information is saved in a row in a Google Sheets document. They will then see a screen prompting them to enter another opportunity for volunteers or to fill out a form similar to the verification form to edit or delete an existing opportunity. This makes sure that available opportunities are up to date. We would eventually love to add features that keep everything within Volunteen, verifying organizations and editing opportunity listings within the app, and allowing volunteers to have their hours verified by organizations are 3 features that we could implement to keep improving Volunteen.
Our team had to focus a lot on active, constant communication. Using MIT App Inventor collaboratively requires sending the current file through email every time someone else wants to edit the code, which means we had to coordinate when we were editing the app to make sure that 2 people weren't making 2 different copies at the same time. Sometimes we would create a screen, merge screens into a new version, and then realize that we had to edit both screens more, which slowed down the coding process.
The implementation of MIT Inventor meant that we had to work on delegating tasks and sticking to them. If 2 people wanted to work on the same screen, they couldn't because of the variety of complications that would have arisen. We stayed to the discipline in assigning screens and functions and not only working on that with minor edits to other screens. We were forced to learn how to communicate more effectively, rely on each other, and delegate work according to each other's strengths.
Our greatest weakness was communication. All of us participate in a variety of clubs, sports, and challenging classes, so sometimes it took too long to coordinate meetings and make sure everyone was on the same page. While it was hard for us to really fix the communication problem, we overcame it with our greatest strength, working efficiently. Although our meetings were not as frequent as they should have been, we were able to work fast when we finally did figure things out together, which made up for some lost time.
This also displayed another one of our strengths, which was our individual creativity. Even if we hadn't met recently or checked in with the team, we continued to forge ahead with development because we trusted each other to complete our individual tasks correctly. We worked separately and added our own ideas to the app, which typically worked out.
Our team demonstrated a wide variety of skills. Marissa and Olivia had more coding experience, so they did a majority of the coding of ours for algorithms and app function. Vivian, Jocelyn, and I focused more on graphic design and conceptual elements, so that Marissa and Olivia knew what to code and how elements would interplay. Some of the members of the app had no coding experience, and instead they worked to reach out to nonprofits in the area. The app itself is incredibly focused on diversity and inclusivity. It's meant to help local nonprofits, which is why the app has so many different options for causes. We wanted to make an impact on every part of our community. The app especially focuses on age inclusivity because although there is a 21 plus option, it is geared towards tween and teen volunteers who have difficulty finding safe and accessible opportunities.